Peace, peace, peace. I won't be before you too long or whatever, but I do got to relay this message because something came to me. It's something I saw recently in regards to something. I'm just going to relay this message. My partner and I, because it just came to my words. My partner and I, we both like going out of nature, with a princess, but I've always loved nature as well. So this message is going to pertain to the Orisha. Some may pronounce it as OSUN-OSHUN, Mama of the Sweet Waters. You can research this and get into your own knowing. Because what I realize is that I've been picking up on a lot to do with this pantheon, or I guess you can say foundational creation, and more so tapping in and becoming more aware for those who are in connection with the Orishas or know or have any, ancestors or spirit guides or your relatives or someone who knew of this. But okay, back to the message that I want to relay. The water is going to rise. So receive that and resonate with that is how you want to, but the water is going to rise. There were a lot of visions that I've seen with waves that are only something that you probably see in a movie. The reason and the repercussions behind this, and those that are aware of the Orishas and the significance of OSUN, and I'll probably find this video and share it in my community center, is because when we took our trip, or took this little, road trip to this waterfall, after we came out from the waterfall, we went to this river, and I'd immediately picked up on the energy there. As I was standing in the water, I never came around to really deliver this message until now. And so let me sit down. But, I never really came around to that until now because I seen a video. I believe I just shared or will share, connecting to OSUN. Being that the water will rise is because people haven't respected or honored, whether you want to call it the marine spirits, those of you that know, or the spirits who live and are connected to water. One thing about our ancestors, whether indigenous or not, one thing that was vital to them was the waters. And it was important to keep the waters purified and clean because water was said to be the source of all things. And the water holding memory, the water being creation. You okay? The waters being basically like a source for everything, because we need it for creation. We need it for to expand, to grow, to nurture, to even cleanse. And that's where I'm finna get, this message. You okay, baby? That's what this message is relaying to. Though for those who are connected and relate to that specific Orisha, it was relayed to me that a lot of people haven't, especially a lot of women who said and proclaimed to be a daughter or connections, have falsely proclaimed to be a part of, those things, and really truly never had no connections, or they probably did it to gain some type of exposure, admiration, or some type of acceptance or popularity. And for this, people shall be judged, because this specific practice, for those who are aware, is a practice that is sacred and important. What is it, baby? What you need? You want to go in your room? You going to potty? What you need, baby? You want some grapes? So again, this specific practice, because some may connect that to like African spirituality, which is probably well known in, but then you talk about Santeria or other connections to that, whether being like in the Caribbeans. Yes, baby, what you want? You want some grapes? You want some fruit? You want some water? You want daddy to start your sweet potato fries? Okay, daddy, get up and start it, okay? So yeah, those connections, again, and I've spoken about this. I've told people like how, I'm just gonna sit this down right here. How, and it's funny how, you know, my princess asking for sweet potatoes, and those of you that know. But, let me see. That's a big one. Good Lord. So, yeah, I'm gonna cut that big one. So that being said, I met people and connected with people who said to believe and proclaim to be a part of these things, but again, to bring more exposure to this, because a lot of people don't know that, again, a lot of people haven't been using their gifts for righteous reasoning or in a righteous way. And so these things are also going to be exposed. You know, it's just like someone proclaiming to be a part of any type of religion or certain things and using their gifts or using what they know or not have knowledge of to emotionally manipulate or use what we call like witchcraft to hinder someone else's demise. And so going back to let's see here. Oh yeah, I gotta elaborate more on that. And this goes for because you know how you're supposed to deliver one message, but you got something else to say. This also goes to, you know, the exposure of these fake spiritualists who proclaim, again, to be a part of these things and said to be associated. But in reality, they were doing it to gain some type of exposure, ciphering other women's energy and or men, purposely practice certain things on them to keep them binded to them and or keep them in basically like a stagnant or stuck place, almost like an imprisonment. So that being said, you're going to see a lot of that, again, being exposed. What else? You know, I keep getting this, like when I'm saying this image of people in white, because, you know, again, people can disguise themselves very well in the physical for what they you know, say they come as. Basically, the term, what I'm getting up, channeling now is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And so I'm seeing people who probably have dressed in white, because those who study spirituality know the importance of people dressing in white, because white was seen as an impurity. Daddy getting your sweet potatoes ready, okay, baby? And seeing that as, again, presented on the surface as their purity, but deep down they're corrupted or possessed or, you know, some type of being consumed by the dark. So they're trying to use their gifts to use these things as a form of distortion in a way. So that being said, going back to the river aspect and what a lot of this judgment because a lot of you aren't aware that a lot of you carry these energies of these certain pantheons or certain ancestors or connected to that, because a lot of us naturally have these things in our DNA, or have been anointed to bring forth this knowledge and also expose that which isn't of, what is said to be true, or what has been brought forth to the masses in a way. And in these communities and all these things, this is something I picked up on a while ago, because I would naturally see and feel these energies of, like, when I see certain videos or I see certain things, and I'd be like, hold on, man. I automatically pick up on, like, have a spirit of discernment and be like, hold on, bro, this is not, And due to that, that's because naturally a lot of us are in tune, or this has been in our DNA, meaning that this has been a part of us. Especially a lot of people in the South that, a lot of people who, because, the term, because it's different. Hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, other practices. Lily, yes, baby. That is cutting up the sweet potato fries. Talk to me. Communicate. What is it? Can I help you with something? You need some water? You want some grapes? Until Daddy make your sweet potato fries? You want to help me? Okay, come on. So, yeah. See, a lot of our ancestors who came here, being connected to the Caribbeans and a lot of these nations and tribes, naturally had these spiritual gifts. So, a lot was being exposed. Oh my gosh, because let's just say this. Those who know, because some may call it, I know OSU is coming in heavily. And like I said, what's been revealed to me is that a lot of people have been doing things. When Daddy cut this up, we're gonna mix it up, okay? Can you help Daddy with that? Okay. I'm right here. You got a potty? Come on, let's, All right, Daddy gonna help you up here, okay? Whoop. All right. So yeah, naturally, again, this is why a lot has been so focused on trying to keep people in a place where they don't return to their spiritual practices, which has naturally been in us. People who call it medicine men, medicine women. Some may use the term witch, and, which, if you learn the meaning, is like wise woman or wise, persons or whatever. And a lot of which, again, as people start to awaken and come into certain things, you'll realize that in your lineage, this has always been a practice and study, because people start to become more powerful. So if you're talking about the Caribbeans, a lot of these people, again, who fought in these Haitian Revolutionary Wars, some of these priestesses who study certain things to ward off certain enemies and so forth. So getting back to, so a lot of people who, what they call the South, a lot of these tribes or a lot of these people came here. They were migrating here, meeting other people, or, other people from other nations, and also teaching them a lot of things, which is also being exposed, and how people who may not look like you have learned also these things. And so they also have used and abused their gifts. But what they're not realizing is that sometimes they use it on people who naturally have had ancestors who originated from this. So trying to use that on them immediately, not to say it may not have some type of effect, but it immediately will backfire. I don't know why I needed to say that. But it's just what it is, because the origins of things, of everything, comes from the darkness. Or, darker shaded people in a sense, because that's just, things come from the light, and everything that's in the light, or white in a sense is, they all coincide. Okay. I'm gonna get this for you, so you're gonna help daddy, okay? So going back to the message in regards to being at the river, where is that bowl? There we go. No, that's not the bowl. So the message going back to the river when I'm, suggesting to you guys like how the water will rise. The water will rise is in a connection to like the returning of the divine mother energy, like a cleansing. So that being said, where is that bowl at? Oh, there it is. In connection to that, when I was at the river, I was picking up on something. I was like, wow, they really have been, and what people don't realize, like people really have been, they don't even care and not honor and respect the marine spirits or the spirits that, again, connect us all. So with that being said, I'm going to finish cutting this and you're going to help daddy, okay? You all right with that? I know you're still getting up from your nap. But again, from that, is that it's like people not honoring and respecting, and being greedy when it comes to certain things that's not supposed to be tampered when it comes to the ocean and rivers. The greed, certain things where I used to express to people like building certain things are not natural, and you're going against the force. It's like building a dam, like you're going against the force or what naturally is supposed to flow. So in that's why our ancestors, indigenous people, respected the water and honored the water, because they knew the significance of how water was so sacred and how important it was to them and how they used it. Because, before all these hospitals and stuff like that, naturally ancestors used to have, some type like river births or water births, or being wherever they were in the world, their natural practices, they will honor, a lot of deities or ancestors, through the waters or something connecting to the land. So that being said, when I was standing in the river and I was just, like our princess, she was, okay, I'm gonna scoot you up right here, baby. My princess was, we was out there, she was picking up glass. We started seeing trash. I saw a belt. I saw all kind of stuff in the river. And I immediately got furious, and I was already knowing what it was. I was already knowing that not only were, spirit guides or ancestors pissed about what was going on, it was the fact that how people didn't honor and respect the land and the water, because the water is connected to everything, which is the life force of a lot of things. So that being said, a lot of people don't realize the importance of how all things are connected, how all things coincide, and the oneness of everything, how everything works. Well, is co-created together to, I don't like to say the word work, but to be hand in hand with each other, to be in harmony. So you're talking about things that haven't been in harmony, with the greed, with the governments and all these places, worldly, who, go out here, do all these things in the waters and, corrupt it, the impurities of it, and don't think that there's not going to be repercussions or consequences. So from, what I picked up on the message when we did go to the river, OSUN was pissed, pissed at the fact of how, people have been treating the rivers and waters. And so, I'm going to share the video in regards to that. You want to help daddy? Stand up. 1, 2, 3. So, in regards to that, I'm going to share the video just to let you know, like, the story and the connection of why the river, the waters, which are connected to our women, their waters, whether the river is tainted, is no different than the impurities in your body, your wombs that need to be cleansed spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. So that's why a lot of us, the indigenous people or people who are in tune with spirit, knows that your connection to the land is also your connection to your body or your being. So that's why I'm relating to y'all, like the water is going to rise. When it comes to natural disasters, Like I said, I'm not trying to convince people, but this is a way of what some may call Mother Gaia or Sophia, or I like to say daughter Earth, just to purify itself of whether, spiritual things, impurities in all shapes and forms. So I had to relay that message to y'all to let y'all know that for those who are in tune, and a lot of people know that a lot of the water is going to rise. It's going to clean itself out. Things is going to appear, whether that be rivers, lakes, and ocean. Things are going to come up. There's no difference in us. We are just as connected to Gaia or, this realm as anything else. So just know that divine justice is coming, and it's already here, honestly. So this is the connection that I just want to, kind of relay to y'all about what, I was picking up on from that specific Orisha. So just want to inform y'all that peace and blessing. Shalom. Ashe.